Sip. This is a space where we talk about beauty without pressure, wellness without perfection, and small, repeatable practices that support real life. If you've been a little tired, a little stretched out, or simply craving a moment to reset, this is the episode for you. Today, I'm going to talk about something that can make a real difference in how your makeup looks, and that is skincare before makeup. Because when makeup looks dry, uneven, patchy, or textured, it's not always the foundation. Sometimes it's in the prep. And the good news is you don't need a long, complicated routine. You just need a few supportive steps that help your skin feel balanced, hydrated, and ready. So, here we go. If your makeup has ever looked like it was sitting on top of your skin instead of blending into it, your skincare prep must be the or could be the missing piece. Skincare affects texture, hydration, and finish. When skin is dry, makeup can catch on to rough areas, settle into lines, and lose that smooth, fresh look very quickly. When skin is dehydrated, makeup can start looking tired even when the product itself is beautiful. And when skincare is too heavy, too slippery, or layered too fast, makeup can slide, separate, and refuse to settle. So, what actually helps? First, clean skin. Not stripped clean, just freshly clean skin. Second, hydration. This can be a hydrating toner, a serum, or a moisturizer that gives comfort and to your, gives comfort to your skin. Third, a moisturizer that fits your skin's needs and or your skin type. So there is normal skin, there's oily skin, there's dry skin, and there's combination skin. So it's paramount that you know your skin type so you can choose the moisturizer and the preceding products that I mentioned that work for your skin. You want enough moisturizer to soften the skin, but you don't want so much that it, makes the makeup slip. Then let your skincare settle before you put on your makeup. So I try, sometimes I'm in a hurry, so I don't do it as well as I'd like. I start fanning my face. But I try to allow a minute or so between each layer. So I cleanse my face, I let it dry a little bit. I put on my serum. Lately I'm using a vitamin C and E serum. I put that on my face, pat it in, let that dry. Then I put on my moisturizer, pat it in, do a little face massage that I like to do a little lymphatic draining if I have the time. If it's a morning where I have to get up and get dressed and get out, I get up, put on all my stuff, cleanse my face, serum, put on my moisturizer. Always, 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 always put on sunscreen. I can't say that enough. Always put on a sunscreen. Sometimes, if I've washed my face at night, as I should, because honestly, that's the best time to wash your face because you can get rid of all the toxins and whatever that you've experienced during the day. And I do all my moisturizing and all the things. When I get up in the morning, I might simply just put water on my face, wipe my face off with my cloth and put on my sunscreen. And that's it because the kind of sunscreen I use, I could just get away with it. Right now, I'm using Supergoop, but there are other moisturizers with sunscreen. Anyway, the point is, my skin is moisturized and I have sunscreen on. So as I said, I use a cleanser, I use a hydrating serum. Just to recap this, I use a moisturizer, and then I use my sunscreen. That's all of my makeup prep, but that was just washing my face. Now, here's where quote unquote traditional makeup prep can begin. Some people swear by primer. You must have primer, da, 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 da. Other people say you don't need primer. For me, it varies. I will wear primer only if it supports the goal of my makeup for that day. So, for example, if it's super hot and I got to go and I'll be outside and this and that and this and that, I will do everything I possibly can to try to keep that makeup in place. One of which would be a primer. And I would use a primer that is noted for really gripping and hydrating yet holding. So you have to share your primers or research your primers. Lately, though, I've been using a setting spray. So I've been using this technique where I use a setting spray. That is my primer. So I've done my sunscreen. I put on a setting spray. A setting spray. I'll talk about products later. Uh, and then I might use a primer in addition to that, and or use a primer in addition to that. So it just depends on what my makeup goals are for that particular day or where I'm event or whatever. The important thing to note is that a good skin prep, a good intentional skin prep, will always yield better looking makeup. So before we ask what found or before I ask what foundation should I use, it's better for me to ask what does my skin need first. Remember I talked about that in the beginning. It's about what your skin needs. And this really is the deeper part of the conversation. Skincare before makeup is not only about how your makeup looks, it is also about how you care for yourself. Sometimes beauty starts to feel like pressure. Let me get one more thing right. One more thing I need to fix. One more, I don't know, just another step in my day that I don't need. But depending on how you look at it and changing your mindset, skincare can be something more gentle than that. It can be preparation, it can be support, and it can be a small act of care that makes the rest of your routine easier. So when people ask me, well, how long does it take you to put on your makeup? Truthfully, that depends. If I need to get up and get dressed and get out, I could do a really decent job, I think, in 15 minutes. 20, well, we say 15 to 20 minutes. However, most of the time, it may take me about 30 minutes. Why is that? Because I'm listening to my music and maybe then I switch and I want to look at a YouTube video or listen to it while I'm putting on my makeup. And then I just end up taking my time because I'm enjoying myself. It's my little moment, almost I would say an active meditation moment because I'm taking care of me and I'm thinking about me and I'm present in that moment. I'm just allowing myself, giving myself that permission to just be with myself. So makeup can be a way, as I've just gone through all that, a way that helps me feel more comfortable, a way that helps me, the skin prep rather, helps me as I'm putting on the makeup, helps me to support my skin. And it really helps me when I'm able to really enjoy it to help me to begin my day without frustration. Because when my skin feels cared for, my makeup looks better. And even more importantly, I feel better wearing it. And that changes how I show up. That's why I believe beauty works best when it's connected to wellness. And I considered my makeup as one of my wellness practices. It's not perfection, it's not pressure. I'm certainly not chasing flawless, but it's consistency and it's care. Small, repeatable practices. And when you begin there with care instead of correction, your glow begins to feel more natural and more sustainable. So, as always, the question is, what skincare step makes the biggest difference in your makeup look, or what skin prep makes the biggest difference in your makeup look? Is it the hydration? Is it moisturizer? Is it letting your skin care and your products settle before you put your makeup on? Or is it simply just being more consistent with prepping your skin? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, your glow isn't just about makeup, it's about how you treat yourself every single day. If you've enjoyed this Just a Sip, please hit the like button. Please subscribe, it helps my channel, or send it to a friend who may enjoy it. And until the next time, this is Glow on the Go, where beauty fits into your life, not the other way around. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye bye.